Hi there and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about a key tax concept, recapture of capital cost allowance or CCA. In this video we will cover how it works, walk through you an practical example, and I'll also share a useful tax tip to minimize the recapture. So stay tuned till the end. Let's dive in right now. Before we are diving into details of recapture, let's explore some key terms related to it. Number 1, depreciable fixed asset. It is something like an equipment, building, or vehicle that your business owns. Usually, it loses its value over the time. So, depreciation is how you account for this loss, and it often refers as a tax deduction to spread the cost of asset over its useful life. Number 2, capital cost allowance. It is a term used for claiming the depreciation of the asset for the tax purposes. And as we know, we can't deduct full cost of the asset in the year of purpose. So we have usually some undepreciable cost over the years. So every year we calculate the CCA by applying the CCA rate to its undepreciated capital cost or UCC. Now finally, what is recapture? Recapture happens when you sell a depreciable asset and it results in a negative balance in its CCA class. And this negative balance, we call it recapture, and we will understand it more better with a practical example that will be coming very short. And this negative balance is always added to your business or property income, and government do this to ensure that you don't permanently enjoy the benefits of undepreciable cost when your asset is already sold. Now let's see how we can calculate the recapture. So the calculation starts with the balance in your CCA in the beginning of the year, that we also called UCC, Undepreciated Capital Cost Allowance. And second, we use the lower of the asset's original cost, means when you purchase it, or the proceed of disposition when you sell your asset. So to calculate the formula, we have recapture is equals to UCC minus lower of the asset's original cost or proceed of disposition. And if this formula's result is negative, then we will take it as a recapture and that amount will be added to your income. Now let's make it more clear with an practical example. Suppose you have an office equipment which you purchase in the very starting with the original cost of $20,000 and you sold it for $7,000, and you were having UCC for this equipment because you were claiming the CCA on this in previous years. So UCC in the beginning of the year you have $6,000. And as we discussed before, in the recapture formula, we have to include the lower of the original cost or sales proceeds. And in our case, it will be $7,000. So after putting the values in the formula, we will be having 6,000, which is your UCC in the beginning of the year, and we will deduct it from our lower value. So 6,000 minus 7,000 will result in negative 1,000 balance. And as the balance is negative, we will take it as a recapture, and hence our final UCC will result in 0 right now, and we also sell the asset in the year. So this 1,000 will be included in your business income for the year. So now there is an important note that you guys need to consider in case of recapture, that recapture rule do not apply to the passenger vehicle that included in class 10.1. So for these vehicles, different rules apply. So make sure you guys read it properly from the CRA website. Now I'm coming to our main point, the useful tax tip for the recapture. So if you're expecting the recapture in the year, you should consider purchasing the new asset in same CCA class before ending of your fiscal year. Why? Because adding new asset will increase the UCC of the class, which can help to offset the recapture or the negative value, which will help to eliminate the recapture entirely, and you can save yourself to add the amount into your business income. So that's all for today's video, and if you have any doubt or question related to the recapture, you can always drop it in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe the Textron channel for future tax updates.